Our vision is to create a nurturing and innovative learning environment where students can thrive academically, socially, and emotionally. We are guided by the IB principles as an IB school.
Hi, welcome to Yellow Slate, your very own school search engine that helps you find the best schools for your kid based on various filters and parameters. Today, we have Miss Priya Anand, who's the head of the school for Mount Litera School International, which is in BKC in Mumbai. Let's speak to her and understand more about the school and some general concern that parents are likely to have while joining their kid in an IB curriculum school. Thank you so much for joining us, ma'am.
Thank you, Santan.
Ma'am, every school certainly will have certain value system that they believe in and the mission that they have for the school. So can you take us through the Mount Litera School International's mission and what you have for as a vision for the school?
So, Mount Litera School International was founded in 2014 on the 5th of August. It's a 10-year-old school now. Our vision is to create a nurturing and innovative learning environment where students can thrive academically, socially, and emotionally. We are guided by the IB principles as an IB school. Our school has evolved to become a leading institution, emphasizing on inquiry-based learning, critical thinking, and global citizenship. Over the years, MLSI has continuously adapted to the changing needs of education, integrating cutting-edge technology, sustainability practices, and well-being initiatives into its core framework. So that's what we believe in.
Great. And every parent certainly have this concern whether they're choosing the right syllabus for their kid or not. So such parents, can you tell us the edge that IB curriculum has over the other curricula?
Firstly, IB is an inquiry-based curriculum, and parents often face the challenge of selecting the best curriculum for their children. The IB stands out because of its holistic approach. They focus on lifelong learning, preparation for global opportunities, preparing students to be future leaders. So there are many skills that's built in the curriculum. When you compare it to the traditional curriculum, the IB prioritizes on skills like critical thinking, research, and collaboration, which are essential for future success. So, parents should consider these factors for their child's learning because these skills are very important for their long term goals. And these skills will emphasize over rote learning when making their decision for their future success in their academics. So it's really important they choose the right curriculum. And IB has the right approach to build students' holistic development.
Great. And if a student has to be given that kind of personalized attention, like it has to be very subjective, and skill development is not something that you do it in bulk. So, what's your take on the teacher student ratio or the kind of workload that teachers have in IB curriculum?
The student teacher ratio in an IB school is generally small, and majority of schools have either 15 is to 1 or 20 is to 1. That's the average ratio in an IB school. At our school, typical ratio is 15 is to 1. This ensures that students receive individual attention, allowing teachers to tailor their approaches to diverse learning styles and needs. As an IB school, we are supposed to be an inclusive school, and this helps us to cater to all kinds of students with different learning needs. And this ratio also helps create a collaborative and engaging classroom environment to enhance the overall learning experience for the students.
Great. And I believe it's equally important for the parents also to be on the same page and believe in what IB has to offer. So,
Yeah.
for all such parents who are toying with the idea of IB curriculum for their kid, what's your message to them? What do you think they should be prepared and be ready for?
See, firstly, I believe that the parents have to be open minded. It's really important for each parent to understand that the role of education is changing for everyone. And that's something that they need to accept. Change is constant, and they need to embrace the change and support the school and be in partnership with the school when the school is preparing their students for the future. So, in an IB school, the future of education is personalized, it's very flexible, and there's a lot of experiences that the students learn. It's more of experiential learning. So we encourage parents to embrace technology the same way that we encourage our students to encourage technology. We encourage them to embrace sustainability and emotional intelligence to prepare our students for an ever changing world. And with partnership with parents, we can see student success at a higher rate, because we are here to encourage our students to be more innovative. We want to empower them to lead, and we want to equip them to adapt to future challenges with confidence.
Great. And generally, we hear from IB curriculum school that it's not a structured methodology that they have. So, especially in such instances, planning becomes even more critical. So, generally, how does a normal day for a student in Mount Litera School International look like? What do they do from
Yeah.
morning to evening?
It's wrong to say that there's no structure. There is a structure given. So each program has a different structure, like the PYP, that's the primary years program, that's up to grade 5, has a different kind of a structure. The early years, that is from our play group to early years 3, has a different structure. So in early years, they're learning through play. So it's the curriculum is designed around play, and students learn through a lot of hands-on activities. So the primary years program has a different approach to learning. They are inquiry based approach, and the learning is through the 6 themes. Though they don't have textbooks, teachers design the content and deliver. When it comes from grade 6 to grade 10, that's the MYP program. So there's more structure here. There is a curriculum framework given to them, and again, it's designed through the curriculum framework. Again, the diploma program, that's the 11 and 12, is more structured, where there's a proper syllabus that's given. So each program the student has a different way of learning in the classroom. So it's not one size fits all for the entire students at the school. Each program has a different way and approach how the day looks like in the school.
Since there's no textbook, I believe a teacher's role becomes even more critical in nurturing
Yes.
a student's learning process. So,
Yeah.
how are these IB curriculum teachers generally different from the other curriculum teachers? How are they trained? How do they
Yeah.
update themselves?
So each IB teacher has to go through an IB training. They have to do an IB workshop, depending on which program they are doing. If it's a PYP program, they do a PYP workshop. If they are teaching MYP, they do the MYP subject specific workshops. If they're doing teaching the diploma program, that's the 11 and 12, they do the subject specific workshop. So it is mandatory for the teachers who are delivering the IB program to be trained by the IB and complete the subject specific workshops to equip them to teach. So apart from their normal degree and masters and the B.Ed that they have, they also go through an IB training for them to understand how they can deliver the pedagogy in the way that they're supposed to deliver. So all the teachers who are at MLSI are IB trained.
Great. And while teachers take care of the personalized attention that they have to give to the student, you at a leadership role will look at the initiatives that a school has to take to enhance the overall quality. So generally, what sort of initiatives did you take in the recent times or have planned for the future? Can you
Yeah.
take us through them?
Yeah. So this year we've really emphasized on well-being, and we've taken many initiatives in the school for the well-being, not just for the students but also the staff. So we've had some well-being workshops for the students, and where we've had external speakers and facilitators coming and doing some well-being workshops for our students as well as teachers. So if you see there is a growing need for emotional health that needs to be taken care of. So that's something we have really focused on. And this year we also focused on the STEM. We had STEM integrated into our curriculum from P onwards. So they have one period of STEM and robotics that has helped them to improve their critical thinking skills. And in future, we are also looking at student exchange and experiential learning, which was stopped after the pandemic. So we would want to improve that further. And We've done a lot of professional development workshops for our teachers last year to improve their teaching strategies. So that's something that we did. And another initiative that I would really like to talk about is a service related initiatives where our students have done many projects that we are very proud of. One project that I would like to talk about is where our students donated solar powered kits to a village near Nasik, where they did crowdfunding, raised the amount, and ensured that they light up a village. So they found a village that didn't have electricity, and now they have gone and donated nearly 100 kits for the entire village so that they have electricity during the night. So that's a great initiative. So there are many service initiatives that the school has done this year, which is new. We are also doing a hydroponic planting, and that's going to be set up soon. So there's a lot that we are proud of that our students have done.
Great. And with all your experience, if you can just tell us, where is this heading towards in the next 5-10 years? How do you think the schooling is going to change?
I don't know, like how the school how pandemic got us to be ready we were not ready for what's going to happen, but it made us ready to face the challenges. The entire ecosystem, I feel, will move towards a more AI based ecosystem is what I fear. Education is going to become more AI driven is what I foresee in the next 5 years. We just need to be prepared to see how we are going to handle that.
That's great. And before we wind up, ma'am, can you take us through the admission process at MLSI?
So the admission process at MLSI begins with when a parent can either ask the chatbot that we have on the website, give their number, or they can call the school and fix the appointment with the admission team. Once the admission team gets the details and asks for the few documents that they need from the parent, and once the documents are given, they set up an interview with them. The parents visit the school, and there is a registration once they come to the school. And once the registration is done, the basic details are done. They meet the head of school, who gives them a little orientation about the school and the process and the curriculum. And then the admission team takes over and gives them a little bit of introduction about how the day runs at the school and the program that we have. And then a school tour is taken. And once the school tour is done, the parents then have the decision to either take the admission forward and pay up the initial registration amount. And once that is done, and there's an offer letter that's being sent, and then the fees are shared, and there's first term fees that they would have to pay. That's the process of admission at MLSI.
Great. Thank you so much for coming forward and sharing all these thoughts, ma'am. It will certainly be of good help for parents who are looking for schools in
Yeah.
BKC.
Yeah.
Thanks once again.
Thank you. Thank you again. Have a good day. Bye.